Hello everybody, welcome to Protected Trust Live. My name is Steve Goodman, training coordinator at Protected Trust, and joining me for the very first time ever on the live stream is intern Max.
Yes.
Max Frankel, also known as the editor and videographer of our videos. Our How to Office 365 videos, and also some of our training videos. And so welcome, Max, with I guess click the like button or subscribe for Max. Do it for Max. Today we're going to be talking about OneNote, not all of its features, but as it pertains to Teams, since Teams and Surface computers has been, our topic of choice lately, the importance of it. You and I, in fact, were on site just yesterday doing some training about Teams on a Surface, so I figured, hey, one thing that we haven't gone over during that training session was OneNote. But you actually did a video about how to utilize tabs in Teams. So everyone, after the live stream, feel free to look up the what do we call that one? Teams and tabs?
Teams and tabs, I think we call it.
Tabs and Teams.
Tabs and Teams.
Tabs and Teams.
Yeah.
But anyway, to OneNote. When you create a team, you're also creating, well, let me step back for a minute. The way I used to take notes in a meeting was opening up this program called Notepad. And I'm sure other people don't do this, but maybe they use something like Word in order to take notes.
Yeah.
But what's bad about using something like, hold on, let me switch over to that screen. There we go. Use something called Notepad, right? And I can't share Notepad with anyone. All the notes I take are just for me. And if I exit out of it, I can't really add to it. I could try to find it, open it up, see where I was, add another date to it. It just gets all muddled and confusing. So things like Notepad and Word aren't really a great place to take notes during a meeting.
Yeah.
What is a great place to take notes during a meeting is OneNote. And I'll show you how to get there. Oops, there we go. All right, so like I said, Max, you've done a video about Teams, so
yes.
Everyone who's watched that knows to click the plus button in order to access the tabs menu. And you'll notice one of those tabs is the OneNote tab. And so you're given three options. One is to create a new notebook, which is what we're going to do for today's video. You could browse notebooks. This is a demo organization, so there aren't any notebooks for us to choose from because it's blank.
Yeah.
But if this wasn't a blank organization, if we were using, let's say, our organization, it would pull up all other teams' notebooks. And so if we didn't want to start a new notebook, we wanted to use, let's say, the client services notebook, we could put that into our channel if we wanted to. And paste a OneNote link. If you have a OneNote that's out there on the internet, you could paste that in there and use that notebook as well. But basically, all we're doing is creating a shortcut to our OneNote. I'll just name that one Test. And click Save. And it's going to create a notebook. And it's going to be right inside of Teams. And so now anyone who is a member of this team shares this notebook. So they have access to view it, to edit it. And I don't know, when I say edit it, does that include adding to it?
Yeah, you can add to it.
Yeah, I know you could add to it, but should I say add and then edit to it, or just edit?
I'd say edit covers it all.
Edit covers it all.
And deleting.
All right. So because this is a blank notebook, it's going to give us a little bit of direction on how to get started. So we'll click here or press enter. And let's give this a name. How about this notebook will be about our fake restaurant that we have. So we'll name it, how about Appetizers? Is that how you spell Appetizers? Hopefully. So when I expand that button, when I click on this purple arrow here, it expands and shows me the section, it shows me the page, and it shows me what I'm writing on that page. So it's split up into 3 different sections.
Okay.
right? So this section is called Appetizers, and what I like to do in my meetings is, even though it labels what date it is, I still choose the date, but anyone out there can choose whatever title they want for this page, but I like to use the date. So June 21st, Appetizers. And let's see, we have cheese and crackers, perhaps?
Nice.
This is the world's worst restaurant if that's on the menu. Meatballs, just meatballs. No sauce.
No, none.
How about just sauce for one of the appetizers? A big bucket of sauce. Anyway, so that covers our section on appetizers on June 21st. So anyone on my team, they could show up and they could say, oh, no, we're not doing sauce.
We're doing
mac
and cheese.
Mac and cheese as an appetizer. Yum. All right, and so we could add more pages, and so since I'm using just the day, I'm going to keep going. So June 22nd, appetizers for that day is going to be crab dip.
Nice. Pretzels.
All right, I think they get the gist. but anyway, so pages you can name whatever you want, and the sections you can name whatever you want, and it's a notebook. It's literally what the name is. If you were to take out a physical notebook and you had like those little tabs, it would look sort of like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll add one more section and call it the main course, just so everyone understands how to use it. Main course, still using the day. And what do you want to be on the main course today?
Ooh, pizza.
Pizza, just pizza. How about any toppings? Cheese pizza?
We'll go pepperoni pizza. Classic.
Pepperoni. Pizza pepperoni. God, this is the world's worst restaurant. But that is how you use OneNote inside of Teams. And like I said, if Max is a part of this team, he can just go to whatever channel we put it in. So this one is located under Knowledge Share, and he'd access it by going to Test. And we should probably rename that to our restaurant. Our restaurant. Save. All right. And so all the changes are still there. I should also mention that it saves automatically, so there's no need to go in there and start clicking the save button around. 2 other people are here. Oh, it's just me both times. And it'll show you, obviously, who is also editing along with you. So if you're saying, who's making those edits, it's going to show you in there as well. So each channel can have its own OneNote. So if I click on that and click OneNote again, it's going to give me those options again. So I can choose to either create a new notebook, or I can browse notebooks and use that new, let's see, that name hasn't updated, but choose the notebook we just created or the other ones in the organization that have been created. But if I don't want to have the entire notebook, I can also click on section here, and I can go straight to the tab that I want, just to save myself a click. So I'm going to go do that right now, and we'll find the main course tab is the shortcut now. So don't have to go and drill down, just like with files, really. Your notes are kind of like files in the sense that it provides you with the information that you're looking for in text form, perhaps, let's say. And it is really, I don't know where I was going with that. Lost my train of thought. It's just a quick way, using it in tab form is a quick way to access the information without having to drill down into each subfolder, or in this case, each tab and each page. You could just make a shortcut right away.
Especially as the notes get bigger and there's more stuff to go through.
Right. So if you aren't just starting out fresh and you want to import a lot of data, or you have been using OneNote for years, and you don't want you don't want to have to scroll through everything. You just want to quickly update it. That's a very solid point there. You don't have to use it in Teams if you don't want to. If you just want to use the standalone version, you could always open it in the online version, or you can open it in the desktop version. So this is the desktop version. Gives you a few more capabilities. I've never opened it on this computer. Oh, you know what? It's connecting to my Protected Trust account. So that's not a good example. So now everyone's going to see all the... Oh, I'm not going to sign in. But if I did sign in, you would see all the OneNotes or notebooks that I have access to, along with the tabs and the pages and what have you. And it gives you some quirky features as well. Like you can have, you can draw inside of it. So I know that we're going to be getting the new Surface Hub shortly, probably in the next coming weeks, and we'll be able to use OneNote as a whiteboard. There is a standalone app called Whiteboard that basically does what this does inside of OneNote. So I think they maybe integrated it, or I don't know what they did, but you can draw on it. I don't have my Surface Pen with me, but if I did, I could just draw on it like you can normally draw on things. It does equations for you, and yeah, just a lot of fun little knickknacks inside of OneNote. So we use it for the training department. The support team heavily uses it because there are a lot of, with each program there's like, I'm going to be bad at explaining this, but with each, I'll say program, there's different ways to go about getting to a solution, which I'm sure is applicable to many things. So they have to choose on a specific section and a specific page in order to find the way to answer a question. So gotcha. Trying to be general about it, not be too specific about what they're doing in there, but if you haven't used OneNote, you can either use the standalone version or try opening it up in Teams and allowing your team to play around inside of it. I definitely recommend using it just because of its ease of use, and it's very intuitive to use. Max, anything you want to add? No, I covered it all.
I covered it. Yeah, it's just an easier way to share files and like information and work.
Well, it doesn't share files.
Edit each other's information that like you've been working on, especially in a meeting where you guys are all hearing the same stuff. So
right. And so we've always described Teams as a container of different applications and not really an application in its own right. And you could see why just in its own sense, because you're able to open up its own apps in the... I just got a message from our CEO, asked me how we're doing. We're doing okay. But anyway, Max, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Was it as bad as you thought it would be?
No, it wasn't bad.
All right, very cool. All right, and thank you everyone for joining us. We'll probably do a follow-up video on OneNote just because I'm sure we've missed a couple of key questions that people have, but we'll answer it. We'll answer it just fine. So thank you everyone for watching. Remember, like and subscribe for Max's sake.
Yep.
He really needs those likes and subscriptions, and remember to click on the notification bell to get a reminder each time we do a new video. And also check out our blog at protectedtrust.com/blog, and you can also subscribe to it from there as well. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you next time.